We're here in New York City at the famous Kelly's Custom Guitars on Carmine Street to interview Des Del Rey from Ultralust. Des, how did Ultralust come into being?
It's kind of a long story short. What happened was I was working at City Sound, and Bob Kirshner asked me to do a record. I did the record, I put it out there, I played everything on it myself, and it started to sell online. And then I had to put a band together because I really didn't have a band. So I put a band together, and I sold all these CDs and such, and I was lucky because the first Ultralust had Paul Anthony, who used to play with Kid Rock, and Brian Fay, and all these, and PJ Zitaros, all these really weathered musicians, and we made a little bit of noise, and put out the second record. It's made some more noise, and now I got a killer band. That's really the short of it, you know, and now the new band with Chris Theodore and Richie Tussell and Howard Alper, you know, who's played with everybody. I mean, the record, the band is really crazy good.
Who are some of your own personal musical influences?
I'm looking at Hendrix back there. You know, we're at the Carmine Street Guitars. You know, I mean, when you're a kid, you grow up in all the greats: Hendrix, Clapton, Santana. You know, all the greats that every kid wants to be a guitar player. You know, listens to records that my older cousin would give me. You know, you name a great guitar player, and that's who I listen to. And of course, I grew up in a musical family. My father's a guitar player, and he was always playing guitar, so I was kind of lucky that way.
What do you think distinguishes Ultralust from other New York City bands?
Well, our music isn't about, baby, 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 I love you, and all. I mean, there's a message in everything that I write about, and I think that's been the difference. I mean, people have stopped me on the street and said, hey, I heard your record Hero. I saw you play. It really touched me. I heard you. One that I always get is "Open Your Heart." When we do that ballad, it's, I heard you do "Open Your Heart," and I think so we do, or I write material that has a message, and with the band, we're able to really perform it and translate it, if that's a word for it.
Can you tell us about some of your upcoming projects and the things you're doing right now?
Well, right now we're mixing and mastering the third CD, which is tentatively called Higher. It's absolutely killer. It has a lot of great stuff on it, and so look out. It's people have asked me, what's it like? It's kind of a mixture of the first and the second record. We're gonna have like some dancey stuff on it, but it's gonna have some really killer guitar hooks and of course a message, and because Ultralust wants to take you higher, that's our goal.
Do you have a release date for the new CD?
Well, hopefully September of this year. Yeah.
Tell us about some of your career highlights and some of the things you've done musically, and also what the band has done and some of your plans for the future.
Career highlights are really like too much. I think that for me a career highlight is recently, I could say, well, I played with so and so and so and so, and I did this show or that show, or I played on this record, because I did so much work at City Sounds. But I would have to say really putting this record out myself and having people just buy it, get it, and really, the fans. I mean, to me, that's a career high because in today's world, that's an achievement in itself. So, that's my high. I mean, I want to express myself through my music and to get some sort of reciprocation, to get something back from people. They say, hey, I loved it. That's wonderful for me.
Where would you like to be with Ultralust a year from now?
In a year, I'd like to be, showcasing this record, playing around, the country, the world, whatever, if I can do that, or coming back to Carmine Street Guitar and having, Rick do my guitars again.
You guys have a really great reputation. What do you attribute that to?
Well, I think that when you come to see us play, you really see a professional band. a lot of the times you play these clubs in the city, and to quote, I remember a manager at I think it was Crash Mansion we played. She said, "You know, you guys are too big to play at this place, you know," and I didn't kind of get what she was saying, but I kind of get it that, you know, we're a big, you know, band. We play big, you know, and it really translates. All the guys are just phenomenal players, you know, and I'm very lucky.
What kind of venues are your favorites to play?
I don't like to play the small ones. I'd rather play to larger crowds than to bigger crowds. I don't have any particular venue, you know. I mean, a show is a show, and they're all really different for me, you know. Sometimes it's intimate, sometimes it's, you know, crazy, loud, you know. Let's get it done. So, you know, I don't have any preference.